Danish government, in relation to the global social engineering experiment, is obviously cooperating with public-private partnerships like Palantir and foreign nations and intelligence services. One of the reasons for this is to have plausible deniability. Another is because Denmark is a satellite state to the US hegemony, who is ultimately responsible, in my opinion, for everything related to this social engineering program. However, by law, the apartheid Danish government is ultimately responsible for all the actions that take place on Danish soil against its population, no matter what or who are carrying out the illegal active measures, prohibitions and restrictions that are ongoing in relation to the global social engineering experiment. From mid-April to June 2nd of 2025, the authoritarian Danish government effectively prohibited all sales at One Stop Engine Shop, with one caveat. On the 7th of May 2025, they did allow one token sale for worth 500 kroner as the only income I was permitted to have through One Stop Engine Shop for a month and a half. As I say, effectively prohibiting all sales. In this time frame, I had 2,659 unique visitors to my web shop called reputationally in this period of time, as you see from the stats. The authoritarian Danish government demands of its people to believe that this amount of traffic to a web shop supposedly only equates to one single sale. This is something that is not only statistically improbable, but practically impossible, thereby proving that some entities with immense power and access is managing my web shop and all people's ability to buy anything from it. In fact, by all accounts, people have to be given permission and there are waiting lists. The permissions given are increasingly few and far in between. Month after month, I'm having this amount of traffic to my web shop and only being allowed bare minimum of sales, and only from Denmark, despite having visitors from all over the world continuously to reputationally. A month and a half without income from One Stop Engine Shop is a severe economic sanction that is being brought to bear extrajudicially to do damage to me, Stephen Bell, but also the thousands of people who every year are affected by these illegal prohibitions and restrictions. Since December of 2023, the already in place and almost all-encompassing sanctions and prohibitions on me and my small business have increased dramatically. Something that I have proven extensively, for instance in my video called "The Authoritarian Technocracy is Here." This draconian trend under the Trump administration seems to be continuing in 2025, exactly as it did under the Biden administration. The authoritarian state of Denmark has for the last 2.4 years directly prohibited the sale of my Seat Ibiza. Many people are also aware how I, over the last many months, have demonstrated how my car has been for sale under the market value on multiple platforms, being viewed by thousands of people, how cars of the same make, year and model are being sold left, right and centre for more expensive prices, how I have been forced to make new Facebook marketplace ads routinely because of the manipulations of the stats that was taking place, directly affecting me in obtaining statistical evidence. Despite all of my many efforts that are taking place on a continuous basis, I am literally getting no genuine inquiries on my car. Something that is likewise completely improbable and again directly proves that the authoritarian state of Denmark is literally and continuously prohibiting people from purchasing my car. These illegal prohibitions are in fact being broadcasted all over Denmark on a continuous basis. So everybody knows that my car is not to be purchased, which is why I'm getting no inquiries. Because of my efforts, the authoritarian Danish government has gone a step further now and made sure that I no longer have access to Facebook Marketplace, where I was having the most views on my car. This is something that has happened immediately after I made my latest for sale sign, which directly cites these illegal activities by the Danish government. As you see in this translated for sale sign, it is just a for sale sign where I just mixed in a couple of relevant points regarding the illegal prohibitions and the government's propaganda campaigns, repeatedly telling people not to buy my car. And immediately after I posted this ad in my Facebook marketplace, it got me banned without any type of warning or notification, directly proving what I'm being saying. I'm continuously targeted by state entities who obviously have sway and influence to get Facebook to ban me from Facebook Marketplace without having violated any conditions. The banning of me from Facebook Marketplace is nothing new. It is something that has taken place continuously since December of 2023 as it relates to One Stop Engine Shop. However, I did not use this Facebook for anything other than strictly private sales, and yet Facebook, on behalf of the Danish government and its international partners, had me banned anyway. So there can be no doubt I am being heavily sanctioned extrajudicially, as well as being targeted in all sorts of malicious ways, making my life extraordinarily difficult and miserable. For instance, I'm practically being subjected to sleep deprivation every night, where I'm subjected to NLP brainwashing in the form of all sorts of sensory manipulation taking place in my sleep. During the daytime, they are also increasingly attacking my eyes, probably with pulsed microwaves to induce cataracts, which is likewise constantly giving me a headache. These attacks are of course occurring simultaneously with me being prohibited from being part of Danish society in any way, shape or form. Something that has taken place since 2011, where the authoritarian Danish government has constantly prohibited and sabotaged anything that I have tried to be part of in society. Thus, I have effectively been condemned to live in complete isolation under all sorts of attacks, both economic, physical, mental, not to mention on my reputation from the seemingly never-ending propaganda and psychological operations that are being broadcasted all over the world, and there is no end in sight.